afternoon, viewers. Tom is your boy, King of Mathematics. Once again, how you doing? I believe it's been a long while. Today, I'll be taking a new topic, and this new topic is a topic that most students really have difficulty with. Though as simple as it might be, but they still have some little challenge. And this topic is a topic we treat in further math. The topic is called permutation and combination. But when you talk about permutation and combination, there are some things you need to know. First, you need to have an idea of what we call factorial. What is factorial? Factorial is just a gradual taking a number from, there's what we call arrangement of numbers. When you arrange number in ascending order, that means you are moving from the smallest number to the bigger number. And when you arrange number in descending order, that's from the biggest to the lowest. So when you hear factorial, it's actually moving from that number down to 1. So that's what you're factoring. And you are going to be dealing with multiplication. So let's write the topic. If you look at this is a question which says, find the value of the following. The first one is 2 factorial, 3 factorial, 8 factorial, and 9 factorial. Just like I said that factorial simply means you representing that number, coming from that number. This is how we write factorial. It's looking like what you have like exclamation mark in English. You have this. So 2 factorial will give us, you start from 2. Say 2 times 1. That's the meaning of 2 factorial. Then when you go to 3 factorial, it means 3 times 2 times 1. Then when you talk about 8 factorial, that's talking about 8. The next number is 7. The next number is 6. The next number is 5. The next number is 4. The next number is 3. The next number is 2. The next number is 1. I'm going to 9 factorial. That's 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. You move from that number. After 9, you have 8, you have 7, 6, So you can leave your expression in this form, or you can also get the final answer. For instance, what's 2 times 1? 2 times 1 will give us 2. 3 times 2 times 1, that will give us 6. This one, you have to multiply it gradually. And if you do that, I will leave you to first calculate before I provide the answer. So tell me, check it out, and let's see whether we're on the same page to know what 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 will give you. I believe you are solving now. So, if you've solved it very well, you would notice that this one will give you 40,320. We've solved it well. Then let's go to the next one. I'll give you time to solve that. 9 factorial. And that will give you 362,880. That will be your answer. So these are the answers that you're going to have. But mind you, while solving this question, you can still change it. Just know that wherever you stop, you are going to put a factorial. Like now, you can write 2 factorial as 2 times 1 factorial. I can write 3 factorial as 3 times 2 factorial. So far I'm stopping at 2. And you know 2 factorial is 2 times 1. So I can stop that way. Likewise, 8 factorial. I can write 8 factorial as 8 times 7 times 6 factorial. Wherever you stop, you put a factorial. Then let's say you're doing 9 factorial. I can have it as 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 factorial. So you can have it that way. That's how to solve a question in this form. And you solve it, you see that you arrive at the same answer. So let's see some other questions on factorial before I move on to the permutation formula and the combination formula. So example 2, what I will ask is this. So, the following. If you have a question like that, how are you going to solve? Let's see, A, you have 8 factorial divided by 4 factorial. Let's say we have B, we have 3 factorial times 4 factorial, 1 over 3 factorial, 2 factorial. Then let's say we have C, 4 factorial over 8 factorial, 3 factorial. How are you going to solve the question like this? Let's see solution. We have A, 8 factorial divided by 4 factorial. Recall, in the last one, I told you that you can express this factorial in a way that will be in this 4 factorial. What am I saying? I can say my 8 factorial is 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4. I can still continue, but I just want it, since I have 4 factorial under, that's all divided by 4 factorial. So that this factorial will cancel this factorial. And my final answer that will be left with me 8 times 7 times 6 times 5. I believe you can see what I'm explaining. So if you solve that, that will give you a particular answer, and that answer, I know you are solving as well. That will give you 1,680. So that will be the answer. Then let's go to the B. We have 3 factorial times 4 factorial over 3 factorial, 2 factorial. Don't feel that the fact that there's no multiplication there, that there won't be any multiplication. There's actually a multiplication sign there. So what are you going to do? I'll first change it to 3 factorial times 4 factorial over 3 factorial times 2 factorial. Then, in this case, we have 3 factorial both up and down. So I can count this and count this. So I can have 4 factorial over 2 factorial. Can I change my 4 factorial to 4 times 3 times 2 factorial over 2 factorial. 2 factorial will cancel 2 factorial, which will give me 4 times 3. And if you go and check, for those of you that are very vast with your multiplication table, 4 times 3 will give you 12. So that's the answer for B. Then let's go to the C part, which is 4 factorial over 8 factorial, 3 factorial. This will give us 4 factorial over 8 factorial times 3 factorial. The reason why I gave this question is for you not to think that all the time when you solve a factorial question that what you have is an whole number. No. You can also have a fraction. As the case may be, you can still have it in the form of a decimal form. For this one, I will leave it in fraction form. So I will not express the numerator. What I will express is the denominator, because the denominator is bigger than the numerator. So I will have 4 factorial over, then I will have 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 factorial times 3 factorial. I know your question is, why am I stopping at 4 factorial? It's because I have 4 factorial on top at the numerator side, just for me to work, to use it to cut down. So I have 4 factorial cancel 4 factorial. So I cannot have it as 1 over 8 times 7 times 6 times 5. But mind you, 3 factorial itself is 3 times 2 times 1. So I need to find what this will give me. That's 1 over. So I need to find what 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 3 times 2 and times 1 will give me. I want you to also solve it alongside with me. And let's see what you have. So I believe you've solved it there, then you have 10,080. So that will be your answer. You don't have that to be 1 over 10,080. So that's how to solve factorial. I believe if you have any challenge that you got factorial, with these few questions I've solved there, you'll be able to solve it. So let's go to the permutation side of it. So we're going to permutation. When you hear permutation, permutation simply means arrangement. It's talking about the way you arrange some items. It can be people, it can be items. But today, I will only be able to take us through the formula and also how to apply it in some questions. You understand? I might not go to the arrangement of people around a table today, but in the course of our next video, you'll see that. But let's see how to use the formula. So I'll write the formula on the board now. When you see the formula is N, we write P of R, that is N as a subscript, P as a normal whole number, then R as this superscript, then this as a subscript. So if you add that, this is telling you that this is going to be N factorial all over N minus R factorial. The N is representing the numbers of items, while the R is talking about number of times you can read it. So this is n permutation r. And the formula is n factorial all over n minus r factorial. So if you are given this example 1, find the value for a 3 permutation 2, b 6 permutation 3, and c 8 permutation 5. Now, I must tell you about something. It's not possible for the n to be lesser than the r. So, most times, n is greater than r. So, your n will be greater than r. It won't be lesser than r. It will be greater than r. Then we have the question that if you look at this, 3 is obviously greater than 2. 6 is obviously greater than 3. 8 is greater than what? Than 5. So if you have a case like that solution, 3 permutation 2, following the formula of n factorial our n, so you can first state that n is equal to 3 and r equals to what? 2. Using n factorial over n minus r bracket factorial, that will give you 3 factorial over 3 minus 2 bracket factorial, which will give us 3 factorial over 1 factorial. And 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1. All over 1 factorial is just 1. 3 times 2 is 6, 6 times 1 is still 6. The 6 divided by 1 will give us 6. So that's the final answer. So 3 permutation 2 is 6. So you don't need to, it's not enough that you have to use a calculator before you can solve this question. So let's go to the, this is the A part, let's go to the B part. So you have 6 permutation 3. Here, our n is equal to 6, our r is equal to 3. So if that's the case, then following n factorial over n minus r factorial, that will give us 6 factorial over 6 minus 3 all in bracket factorial, which will give us 6 factorial over 3 factorial. Now mind you, I told you we can express this in terms of the smaller one, because this one is smaller than this. You now give us 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 factorial all over 3 factorial. I can see you are crossing the answer because you are getting along. So this will now give me cancel, and that's 6 times 5 times 4. 6 times 5 is 30. 30 times 4 will give you 120. So that will be your answer. Then let's see the C part. The C is 8 permutation 5. So our n equals 8. Our r is equal to 5. Using n factorial all over n minus r bracket factorial to give us 8 factorial over 8 minus 5 factorial, which will give us 8 factorial over 8 factorial. And that will give me 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 factorial over 3 factorial. So that's 8 times 7. So we have 8 times 7 times 6 times 9 times 4. And I would like you to also calculate what that will give us. So we've solved it to see that it are 6,720, and that would be your answer. So that's how to solve it when you are given directly, like to solve this permutation, something or what you are. So the last one I'm going to solve before I conclude the day for today's lecture is when you are getting word problems for permutation and you are required to actually solve it. How will you go about it? So let's see that. We will do combination in our next class. So the first one says I will write about 3 questions. Example 2. It says solve the following. In how many ways can the letters of the word then let's see in how many ways can 6 passengers sit in a bus? Let me say motor bus. Motor bus which has 14 vacant seats. Then the last one I will put there is this. In how many ways and the letters of the solve that. So have solution. So the first one says in how many ways can the word of the letter show? So I'll write it out. Normally what you do is you count. How many letters do you have there? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I will say we got 6 factorial. Now, you should know that the law is that when there is a repetition of letters, you now divide it by the total number of times that letter is repeating itself. Like now, look at this. In Shoto, we have O forming how many times? 3 times. So I will now say divide by 3 factorial. So that's how to go about it. And now solve that. So if you are going to solve this question, what we have, that's 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 factorial over 3 factorial. As you can see, which is 6 times 5, 30, that's 120 ways. So in this case, you have to use ways. That's 120 ways. When we go to the second one, this let's go to in how many ways can the letter of the word Lagos? I like Lagos. When we look at Lagos, I will have to first count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means I have 5 factorial. But there's no repetition in any of these letters. So that means the answer is going to be 5 factorial. And what's 5 factorial? That's 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 times 6. Giving 120 ways as well. I believe you are getting along with the explanation. So let's go to C part. The C part of it. In how many ways can 6 passengers sit in a commuter bus which has 14 seats? In how many ways? And 6 passengers. So we have to write the number of seats that we have. So out of 14, in these 14 seats, we have 6 people to work, to be arranged here. So that would be what? C 14 permutation 6. And that's 14 factorial over 6 factorial. 14 minus 6 factorial, which will give us 14 factorial over 8 factorial, and that was 14 times 13 times 12 times 11 times 10 times 9 times 8 factorial over 8 factorial. And this will give us, this cancel this, that's 14 times 13 times 12 times 11 times 10 times 9. So what will be our answer when you do that? That is 14 times 13 times 12 times 11 times 10. So if you do that, that will give you 2 million 162,160. So that will be your answer. Then let's go to the D part. So the D part is talking about in how many ways can the word of the letter Obasanjo, we now write it Obasanjo, So we write Obasanjo out. Just like I said, you count the letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 factorial. Then you now count the number of letters that are repeating themselves. That's the divided by how many letters is it? We have O. Repeat itself 2 times. That's 2 factorial times A repeat itself 2 times. That's 2 factorial. Now, the question says that the letter will not be together. This is the number of ways that other symbol will be arranged normally. Assuming they didn't give us a restriction. But they said the letter will now subtract number of times that, let's assume that the letters are together. When subtracted from when the total number of answers that you are going to get, that will give us number of times that the letters will not be together. It's just like probability. If I want to get the number of people that failed, I can do 1 minus number of people that passed. Because 1 is, or let's say it's in terms of percentage, I will say 100 minus the percentage of people that passed. You give me a percentage of those that failed. So if I'm talking about number of these ones having all the letters, lower letter stay together. That means what I will have is to subtract when the letters are together from the totality. So if the letters are going to be together, what will you have? O, A, and O. Which will be seen as just one letter combined with B, S, N, J. So if you now count, this will now give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is minus 5 factorial times, this is when they are together. This, like this, then minus 5 factorial times. Now check how many times will we have. You see this OS and when they are together as one. How many letters do we have? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 factorial all over. Then, which do we have repetition? Yes, there's no repetition here. So that's why we are writing to just add factorial. So this will now give us 2 factorial over 2 factorial and 2 factorial. So that's how we solve it. And let's see what the final answer will give us by the time you solve it. So by the time you solve it, we now have the answer to the 8 factorial, which is 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 2, 3 times 2 factorial, all over 2 factorial times 2 times 1. So this is for this one. Then minus 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Then times 4 factorial. 4 times 3 times 2 factorial. All over 2 factorial times 2 times 1. That's what it will give us. So this, you cancel this. 2 here 1, 2 here 2. This one we also cancel this. 2 here 1, 2 here 2. So I'm left with 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 2 times 3 minus 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 3 times 2. So if you do this, let's see what that will give us. So if you do that, this will give us 10,080 minus. So if you have that, so if you do that, you have 720, and the final answer will give us 9,360. So ways. So because they said in how many ways, so you must put your weight, as you can see. I'm also putting my weight. Alright, this is going to be the answer. This question was actually got from Scholastic series for SS1. Further Math Scholastic series for SS1 by Moses. T.R. Moses. So they use it for SS1 students. Because it's the topic of SS1. So you can check that question and here is the answer. if you go for the answer at the back, you see that the answer at the back is actually number D, the correct answer, in case you need to that question. On to the next video. Kindly make sure you like this video, share, and you can always comment any suggestion as regards a better video clip, or maybe on a topic that you want me to teach or give a lecture. On to the next video. I say bye.